Hey guys, so today we are discussing how a bill becomes a law. Here are the basics. A bill is just a proposed law. Anyone who drafts these proposed laws are known as sponsors, and basically anyone can be a sponsor, whether it's a senator, House of Representative, just a regular person like you and I. So let's get right into this video. So a bill starts at Congress, which can either be the House of Representatives or the Senate. So for today's purposes, I'm going to start in the House of Representatives. I can start in the Senate. It does not matter which side the bill starts in. It could be the House of Representatives or the Senate. I personally would like to be a senator someday. Senator Brown. Can't you? I could just see it. My future. So we're going to start with the House of Representatives. Okay, so for the House of Representatives, they have what is known as a hopper. Your proposed bill will go inside of the hopper and it will be redistributed to a standing committee. A standing committee is just a committee that specializes in whatever that bill is. So if the bill is per se for transportation, your bill will go to the Transportation Committee. From there, the bill will go to a subcommittee, and the subcommittees research the bill, do all these types of things to it, mark it up, talk about it, discuss it, and then they send it back to the standing committee. And the standing committee gets to decide whether they want to pass it favorably or pass it unfavorably. If they pass it unfavorably, it has to go back and be rediscussed and all those things like that. If it's passed favorably, it's sent to the floor, and the floor sends it to its Rules Committee. The Rules Committee basically decides its importance, whether it should be discussed now or later. From there, it goes back to the floor, and this is when it will be discussed. When it's discussed, you have to have a quorum. You have to have at least 50% of the House present when deciding on passing a bill. So when it comes to the House of Representatives, only one bill can be debated at a time, and you must be germane, which means to basically stay on topic, and you are limited because there are so many people in that house. And then they vote. They can either pass your bill as written, kill it, send it back, or amend it. And if your bill is passed, it goes on to the next house. And like I said at the beginning of this, your bill can start at either house. It doesn't have to start at the House of Representatives. It can also start at the Senate. So after your bill is passed from the House of Representatives, it is sent over to the Senate, or vice versa. If it starts at the Senate, it's sent over to the House of Representatives. But here's the difference. The Senate doesn't have a hopper. Once the bill has been proposed, it has a motion to the floor. Unless it is objected, then it's sent back and then you have to go through this whole process. If it's passed, it goes to a standing committee. From a standing committee, it goes to a subcommittee, just like in the House of Representatives. Then back to the standing committee, and it is voted on, and hopefully it's either passed favorably, but if it's not, it's passed unfavorably, and then it has to go back through the entire process. If it's voted favorably, it goes on a calendar. It has the same rules for quorum. At least half have to be present in order to vote. Now here's the difference between the House of Representatives and the Senate. When it comes to the House of Representatives, you can only debate one bill at a time. When it comes to the Senate, you can actually vote on 2 or 3 bills at a time, and you don't have to be germane. Germane, like I said before, is when you stay on topic. When it comes to the Senate, you can actually have filibusters where you can talk about anything your heart desires, and you're not timed, and you have an unlimited time to talk about your bill. If that's what you want to talk about, you can talk about anything as long as you want. Filibusters can be stopped, and to stop a filibuster, you must have a cloture, which must be initiated by 16 members of the Senate and must be voted on at least 3/5 to actually be stopped. If your bill survives the debate on the Senate floor, they can either pass it as written, table it, send it back, amend it, or add writers. Adding writers is only in the Senate. And then they vote. The bill must be passed in the exact same format in both houses. The 2 versions of the bill are then brought together to a conference committee. A conference committee is just a few members from the House of Representatives and a few members from the Senate all brought together to work on this bill. Now, of course, both houses have their own version of the bill. So in the conference committee, this is where they sit down and discuss and try to bring their two bills to become one. And if this doesn't work, then they basically just send them back to both houses and they have to redo all of this whole process all over again, and it seems very frustrating. And I'm rethinking being a senator right now. Anyways, now you must have a majority vote in both houses with no changes to the bill in order for it to be sent to the president. If the president signs it, then your bill has just become a law. Unfortunately, it's not always that simple. So I'm going to bring my diagram back up here. Okay, this is where the two houses come together to discuss their bill. And if they agree on it, like I said, it goes right to the president. If they don't, it goes back to the House and it goes back to the Senate. But that's if you want to be all difficult and whatnot. Honestly, I think I've explained very well how a bill becomes a law. But we're just going to go over it one more time. So, we're going to get nice and close. Nice and close. You're going to see all my imperfections. You have a bill. Your bill goes to the House of Representatives. It is then put into the hopper. From the hopper, it is sent to a standing committee. From that standing committee, it is sent to a subcommittee to be researched. From that subcommittee, it's sent back to the standing committee. From the standing committee, they vote on it, and they pass it favorably. Once they pass it favorably, it goes to the House floor. From the House floor, they send it to the Rules Committee. The Rules Committee decides on how important it is. From there, it is debated on the House floor, or sent back to the House floor, and then debated. You have to have a quorum when it's debated, and your topic has to be germane, which means you have to stay on topic. From there, if it is passed, it goes to the Senate. The Senate has to have a motion to the floor. From the motion to the floor, your bill is sent to a standing committee. From the standing committee, it is sent to a subcommittee. From the subcommittee, it is then sent back to the standing committee. From the standing committee, it is then sent to... Oh, I'm off. Dang it, I was doing this so perfect. From the standing committee, it is then sent to the Senate floor. Yes, to the Senate floor. On the Senate floor, it is then debated. And you can have filibusters. Filibusters can be stopped by closed doors. And you can debate 2 or 3 bills at a time. From there, if your bill is passed, it goes to a conference committee, which is some senators and some House of Representatives. If they pass your bill without any changes, and a majority vote, if a majority vote passes your bill without any changes, it is sent to the president. If the president likes your bill, it becomes a law. I don't even want to discuss any of those other steps because your bill is perfect. You've worked so hard on your bill. It's going to become a law. You're welcome. Have a good night, America. Psych, nothing's perfect. Yeah, so the president can definitely veto your bill. And if he does, it goes right back to the House and it goes right back to the Senate, and you just have to redebate it, change it, stuff like that. Now, of course, the president can actually make his own laws without even going through the Senate or the House, but we're not going to discuss that here. My entire job today was to explain to you how a bill becomes a law, and I think I just did that. And that's all for today. I hope you understand how a bill becomes a law, and I hope I explained it to my best ability. And yeah, my cat's now crying for some reason I do not know. Bye!